Hi guys, I hope you all had a really lovely week. Now this week I was super lucky again with publishers. I've got 4 lovely books sent to me this week. I also bought 3 books I'm going to show you, and also I'm going to just talk about the books that I am reading at the moment. I've had a really rubbish reading week. I only managed to read 1 book, which I'm so frustrated about because I really wanted to get more books read. But I'm hoping that I'm kind of coming out of a little bit of a slump. I think I kind of slipped into a slump after I'd finished reading The Fifth Wave because it was such a good book that I had a bit of a hangover from it. So I'm hoping I'm kind of sliding slowly out of that kind of dip in, what's the word? I'm just coming out of the other side of whatever I was in that didn't make me want to read. Oh, this isn't going well. I had 5 hours sleep last night because I got so into a book, and now I just can't really think very fast this morning, so I apologise if this video is dreadful. So the first thing I wanted to say is that this week I found out about a charity called the Beanstalk Charity, and I will leave their link in the description box below, but they are a charity that work closely, they're a nationwide charity, and they work really closely with primary schools, and their aim is to improve reading and literacy in primary schools, especially with children who are struggling with it and don't really have that kind of support at home, and don't get to read all the time at home. And the aim of their kind of campaign and their charity is to make sure that every child goes to secondary school with a high or with an average and kind of ableness to read and have a large enough vocabulary to continue learning and not feel threatened or confused by reading and vocabulary. And this is something that I feel so strongly about because I want every single child to have the kind of experiences that I had when I was growing up, and the love for books and being able to read and being able to write and enjoying the written word. And I think it's so sad that so many children don't get the opportunity these days. So that's what the charity is about. They're trying to make children love reading, and they're always looking for volunteers, and I signed up because I thought, this is something that I would really love to do. And for years my anxiety and my depression has stopped me from doing all these things, and I've always thought, no, I'm not going to do it. I always avoid things, but I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to deal with all of my little anxiety demons, and I'm going to show them that I can do this. So I filled out an application form, and I got a phone call yesterday, and they said that they wanted to interview me, which is really exciting. I'm so scared, but I'm also so excited. And I've got an interview on Tuesday morning, and then she said that if I pass the interview, which she said it's really likely, she said there's not really any way that you could fail the interview unless of course your CRB check doesn't work, which I'm fine. I'm not a nasty person. Then she said I would have 2 days of training, and then I would be placed into a local primary school, and you have to commit to it for a year, and you have to do it at least 2 mornings or afternoons a week. So if that's something that you would like to do, then they're always looking for volunteers. So go and sign up if you've got a year to spare and a couple of days a week to spare, because that would be awesome, and you'll be helping little children learn how to love books, which is super awesome. So go and do it now. Now, this week I got sent 4 books, like I said, and the first, I'm just going to get straight into them. The first one I got is Skeletons by Jane Fallon. Now, I'm super excited about this book because I adore Jane Fallon so much. I've read all of her other books, and actually this year I'm giving out one of her books for World Book Night, which is super awesome. So this is her very long-awaited 5th novel called Skeletons, and I think this is about Jen has discovered a secret. It is not hers to share, but is it hers to keep? So that sounds quite mysterious, and it could be a little bit like The Husband's Secret. It might have tones of that running through it, but I also think this is going to be a really good Jane Fallon novel. Most of her other books are quite funny and humorous in their kind of subject matter, so I'll be interested to see whether this one is very humorous or whether it's quite a more serious subject matter that doesn't really have many laughs in it. But I love Jane Fallon, so whatever she writes I'm going to love anyway. The next book that I got was Unsolicited, and it is called The Fortune Hunter by Daisy Goodwin. Now this looks like it's going to be, well, it is a historical fiction. It's set in 1875 in Austria, and the Empress of Austria is the woman that every man desires and every woman envies. So it sounds like it could be quite good. I'm not really sold on the cover. I don't really like it that much, but never judge a book by its cover, like they say, and this is published by Headline Review, so quite looking forward to reading this because Headline often publish a lot of good books. Then the next 2 books I got are from Head of Zeus, and I absolutely adore their publishing company. They're so good at being nice to bloggers, and they always send me amazing books, and they sent me 2 books this week, and they are hardback as well, which is super amazing. The first one is Stone Cold by CJ Box, and the second one is Ghost Girl by Leslie Thompson, yeah. And I'm super excited about both of these books, mainly because they both look like they're going to be really gripping thrillers, but also because they're both books that I requested, because Head of Zeus are amazing, and they sent me a catalogue at the beginning of the year, and I kind of went through and I highlighted all the books I really was interested in reading, and I sent my list to the lovely Becky at Head of Zeus, and she's really good. She just keeps sending me books when they arrive, so I'm so lucky, and I'm really excited about reading these 2. So these will be reviewed very soon, because I don't think I'm going to be able to put them off for very long. Then this week I also got 3 books in the post that I had ordered. The first 2 I'm a bit disappointed about, because they're from the Works, and the Works are being really awful at the moment with providing you with decent copies of books. They're always kind of like damaged or a bit ruined in some way. But I mean, I was going to complain, but considering the fact I got both of these books together for £1, I thought there's no point in complaining, because, you know, it's only £1. And that is Child 44 and Agent 6 by Tom Rob Smith. The Child 44 has got like a really dodgy bottom, and then the Agent 6 has got a horrible like scratch along the spine. I don't even know if you can see. I'm just always really particular about the way my books look, but they are still books, and they will still look lovely on a shelf. These are written by the man who wrote The Farm, which has just been published, which I've got a review copy of, so I'm super excited about these. And I thought for £1, that's like 50p each, absolute bargain, so well done the Works, you've kind of done well-ish on those. And the final book that arrived this week is Dust by Hugh Howey. Now I've actually got Wool and Shift, which are the first and second book in the series, and this is a 3rd book in the series, but unfortunately the cover and the spine is completely different to the others, so it looks ugly on the shelf, which is really annoying because I'm really particular about how my books look on the shelf. But never mind. I haven't actually read any of these in the series yet. I wanted to get the whole series before I started reading, because knowing me, when it comes to series, if I start the first book, I will keep reading until I get to the last book, and if I don't have the last book, then I will cry. So I've got them all ready to read when I have got the chance, and I think these are kind of like an apocalyptic, kind of dystopian survivor novel perhaps. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really looking forward to reading them. Yes, there is more than one. And then I'm going to show you now quickly the 2 books I'm reading at the moment. The first one that I'm reading is called Someone Else's Skin by Sarah Hilary. I have to say I'm a little disappointed so far with what I've read. I'm only 34 pages in, so I'm not very far in at all, but it's not very... I was really expecting something super gripping and something that would make me want to read from the very first page and not stop until I got to the end, but I haven't really got that from this yet. But I'm going to continue with it because it's been said to be going to be the crime debut of the year, so obviously I want to kind of see what all the fuss is about. Other people have read it and said they really enjoyed it, so I'm going to keep going. At the moment I can't really tell you much about what's happened because there isn't much that's happened. There's been a stabbing, and we are learning about the protagonist, who is a female police officer, but apart from that we don't really know too much at the moment. So I'm going to keep reading and see how I go with that one. And the final book that I'm reading, this is the reason why I'm so tired today, is because last night I got into bed with a full intention of going straight to sleep, but I picked up my Kindle and I was like, okay, I'm just going to read the first chapter of a book, and I flicked through and I couldn't really see anything that caught my eye until I stumbled across this one, and I opened it and I started reading, and I read practically half of the book, and then I fell asleep, and I finished reading it like 1 o'clock in the morning, so that's why I'm so tired. But that is such a testament to this book, because it takes a lot nowadays for me to stay up reading late into the night. And I have actually got a paperback copy as well as the Kindle copy, which is super exciting, and it is The Accident by C.L. Taylor, and as you can see I am pretty much storming through it right now. I started this at 11:30 last night, so I managed to read like half of it in an hour and a half, which is pretty good going, so I'm really excited about continuing with this book. When I first heard about it and when I first read the blurb, I thought it was going to be a bit of a copy of Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreight, but I'm actually really happy to say that it's not like that at all. It's similar in the themes in terms of like the mother-daughter bond and how well do you know your daughter and how well do you know your mum, but it's not anywhere near the same kind of storyline, which I'm super excited about because I was really worried they would be too similar. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say, but basically yes, this book is really good and it's really thrilling and really compelling, and it's kept me on the edge of my seat, and I'm really excited to finish this book. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I really hope that this book is anticlimactic, because so many times I read a really good thriller and then I'm like, yes, this is really good, and I get to the end and I'm like, oh, well, that was a bit rubbish. So I'm really hoping that this book doesn't do that, because this book has also been said to be like the most, or the best psychological crime read of 2014, so obviously I'm going to want to read it, and I am kind of agreeing so far that it's very good. I haven't read many other psychological crime thrillers this year, so I kind of don't have anything to compare it against, but this is definitely going to be a contender for one of the best books of the year. So well done, C.L. Taylor, you have written a good book. So that is my book haul for this week. I haven't really got anything to tell you about the blog because, as I say, I didn't really read much this week, so there wasn't too much content to go up, which is really disappointing, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm really hoping that over the weekend I can get quite a few books read, and then those reviews will be going up next week. Also in the coming weeks I've got a lot of blog tours coming up, so I've got a lot of books to read for those tours, so I'm hoping that I will still have enough time to read other books as well so I can get reviews up, but there might be a bit of a delay in getting some reviews up because obviously I have to fulfil my commitments to publishing companies and authors with their book blog tours. But yes, anyway, I'm mumbling now and I'm rambling, and I need to go and get back into bed and sleep because I need some sleep, but I need to finish that book. See, this is a constant battle in my head. I need sleep, but I want to read. And I'm still rambling, so I'm going to go now. I hope you all have a really, really lovely weekend and read lots of happy books and enjoy the sunshine, because it is sunny here today, and I'm hoping that it will be sunny all weekend. And I might even venture out into the garden and sit in the garden and read if it's not too cold, which is exciting because I haven't done that yet this year. I'm still rambling. I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.